Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. This is going to be Fat Chunks Assemble versus, once again, the Late Bloomers. And in this game, Fat Chunks are going to be on the blue side, so they're going to get first pick, first ban. And DM, Late Bloomers have to win this game.
That's right. If they don't win, this locks 5 a.m. into a guaranteed 1-2, and then it all comes down to just Fat Chunks and 5 a.m. to see who's going to take first place.
That's right. Fat Chunks Assemble right now have secured themselves into the Pro League after that last game. Because they're 4-0 right now, the only team that can realistically catch them right now is going to be 5 a.m. And 5 a.m. sat in that second spot right now, are trying to do their best to do that. But Late Bloomers still have a chance of beating 5 a.m. So that's why we're still doing these tournaments right now. But Fat Chunks banning away Loki and Kronos as their first two bans.
I don't... Why are
Kronos?
they banning Kronos?
Are they trying to leave something up? That's all that says to me.
You think they're just going to try to leave open something OP? I guess they're doing the same thing. This is Osiris. I mean, there shouldn't even be a thought in your mind.
Yep, there's no question.
I didn't even know. I thought he was banned.
He's permabanned, isn't he? Like, he should be.
That's an outcome.
You've got to take right. Fat Chunks take Osiris. You have to take Aokwang away from Horrorwind. You have to. But then if you
did you see what he did with Ra?
I know, but at the same time, if you can see what he did with Ra, would you really want to give him the tornado god of ridiculousness? Like, come on.
So
Athena gets locked in with Aokwang for the Late Bloomers, but that leaves Fat Chunks with a wide open table of variety. Giannis available, Aphrodite available, Jean-Qui available. So much on the table right now, DM. And the hovering, Jean-Qui and Anubis. Jean-Qui and Anubis. Anubis.
I'm just going to go back to bed. Oh, there we go. Switches to Bacchus. Everything is wonderful. Anubis does not make it through. That's locked in. So somehow Osiris and Jean-Qui wound up on the same team. That is something that just happened.
Yep. And Bacchus actually works really well with them. I was about to say, why Bacchus over Geb? But then when you think about Osiris and Jean-Qui's kit, and the fact that Intoxicate would slow everybody down from being able to get away from them, Osiris and Jean-Qui work really well with him.
Aphrodite band coming out. Likely we're going to see Hobble go to the solo lane. There's still a few other picks as well, but I'm actually picking Hobble into Jean-Qui again. Like, it's just not a good idea. There's no one that beats Jean-Qui. The only character, in my opinion, that even goes even with Jean-Qui is Vulcan. And if you pick Vulcan for lane phase and then lane phase ends, you no longer have a fifth teammate.
Well, I mean, Fat Chunks could leave Hubwa available, pick it for themselves in the mid lane, and Hubwa's fantastic against Freya overall, so it really deletes from the jungle. So that's a possibility the Fat Chunks have available to them right now. They're actually going to ban away Ra, so they might go for this if Hubwa doesn't get picked up by Late Bloomers, but do you really pick Hubwa into Jean-Qui again?
No, Wukong actually gets hovered on. This would likely be a solo Sun Wukong given the current state of things, and I think that's actually a really good pickup. I mean, he's not going to kill Jean-Qui, but he can certainly keep ground.
Yeah, that's right. He can keep ground, and he can technically deal with Osiris pretty well because of his Ox form. He's going to be able to knock him up and deal with him in certain ways. Obviously, the Sun Cloud going to pay off for him as well. I think Sun Wukong's not a bad pick here overall, honestly, especially because they've already picked up 3 magical here, DM.
And he switched to Vimana.
And he switches to Vimana.
Okay. Not really sure what happened. Fenrir are going to get hovered on. This actually, I think this is going to be Aurora's famous Fen support.
It looks like it.
And that's Shibalanke. Okay.
This is Fat Chunks being confident right now. I mean, they played Cupid last game, first game of the day.
Just play normal. Like where?
Right, let's be honest. Right?
Where is Apollo? Okay, we are currently on the 8th and 9th pick with all bans done, and Apollo hasn't been touched yet.
Rama, Artemis, Apollo. That's just quite surprising. We've not seen any
Mercury,
of those.
like.
Yeah, there's so much. Giannis, like there's so much that's been left
up. What you doing, Cyclone Spin? Okay, Odin support. Maybe Osiris support and Odin jungle.
Where's Bacchus going?
Oh wait, there's a Bacchus? I forgot about him.
That's what I mean. Like, we're so used to seeing Aurora do these really unusual supports.
Are we going to see Bacchus jungle?
Yeah, but where's Osiris going?
Odin solo.
Osiris support? Mid. Osiris support. We've not seen the likes of that since I5 crumbled with their Nijar Osiris duo.
Nemesis is a great pickup here.
Yes.
Odin, Bacchus, Jean-Qui, Osiris, all super tanky. Great
really
pickup.
Really, really good pickup. Overall, that is the two picks that I love on the table that Late Bloomers have put forward. Ale Kwang taken away from Horrorwind is a really good call. And this Nemesis pick as final for Fiddy being picked up there as well. And that's going to be the compositions. But right now, I mean, normally, DM, when we look at team compositions, we say on paper, who looks stronger? Would you really side with Ode and Xbalanque? I wouldn't.
I mean,
I wouldn't.
is that Freya? That's Freya ADC versus Xbalanque. So neither. See, this actually might be a good. I'm actually starting to get on board with this because if you consider the fact that Xbalanque has a laning phase that's just as bad as Freya's, but late game Xbalanque has actually more damage than Freya does and a much better initial.
Yep, so it's going to be interesting to see how these teams play out going into this game right now. So there's the teams for you guys at home. It's going to be Late Bloomers versus Patrick's Assemble. We'll be right back once these guys have loaded in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the NA play-ins. This is Game 3 between Fat Chunks Assemble and Late Bloomers. And Late Bloomers DM have to win this game.
Yes, they do. If they don't come out of the gate super strong, get an early lead, I think they're just going to wind up tanking this one. They have to be on tilt after the destruction just brought down upon them by the 5 angry men, and now their Challenge Cup lives kind of hang in the balance here. It's either they're going to the Challenge Cup or they're going to the SPL. And the only way for them to do that is to win every single game here on out and to actually have 5 angry men lose every game here on out.
The hope is real. Cyclone Spin is going to be playing Odin in that solo lane, something we've not seen very much. Just so you guys know at home what he started with, he's gone for Iron Mail. He is going to be up against a Vamana, so the item choice is just looking to be tanky in that lane to stay as much as possible.
No.
Fiddy, though, getting caught in the jungle, and that turnaround may have cost him his life.
The slows on top of the slows on top of the slows on top of the knockup. Fiddy is gone!
Bacchus belly flop, ladies and gentlemen.
So we had a
belly.
card, and then we had a scythe. And then we had the shoes, I guess. What is he? Oh, soccer balls. Soccer balls. And then the belly flop. And then just absolute destruction.
Fiddy would have actually lived there, DM, if he didn't turn around. If he didn't turn around and just start running back away, he turned around to use his ability, and that did not help him out. He took slice and dice.
Yeah,
and maybe
no taking moves. You don't
Yeah,
take
you
moves
don't
until
take
you're
moves.
gonna use the move.
if he would have taken Swift Vengeance there, he probably would have lived, honestly. He could have just
oh,
dashed away. Or just
yeah.
walked away, like I said. You know, those were the options.
It's a 30-yard dash. I mean, it's one of the farthest dashes in the game. Like, you will get out.
I mean, Bacchus has got a pretty good range with his belly, but it's not that good.
Where
you know,
is he
overall,
going?
it's not good as big.
Is there,
Go on, Adventure
he's gonna
time?
steal this.
Adventure
Yep,
time?
it looks like he's going to steal it. I don't know what they're going to be able to... Oh, he forces the...
Oh, collapse!
Oh, my
DJ
God.
Pernicus was waiting for CV. He's going to chunk him down a little bit more, force him back to tower. And now, he's not even going to need to use the hog now. They can just take this one away for free.
Yeah, that means the hog can be saved either for aggression in the lane or to go right to blue. If they were to recognize the fact that Athena walked over, they could have noted that blue was up for a steal, but it looks like they're going to play this one safely, and we're going to see just a jump in here from Aurora. Quick hand of the gods, no problem. They'll go back to lane, missing a few creeps, but gaining first blood and a huge advantage.
And look at what Cyclone Spin did as well. Like, because he went the Iron Mail at the start, this allows them to do this, DM, because he's going to be able to deal with Vamana and Nemesis for the while in lane, and just be able to continue to farm up and just play very passively. Nemesis realizing that Pernicus isn't there, though, going to rotate mid. Hurrywind is overextended. Could pay with his life right now. Squall connects.
Yeah, he actually gets the full slow combo. Scythe is going to be off. Actually hits it into creeps, but the AoE damage coming out from Pernicus, he is actually going to fall here. Aurora not in a great spot either, is taking a lot of damage. Samshu starts taking a lot of damage. A great turnaround as Bloom keeps themselves alive. Yeah,
they do turn around 1-for-1. Pernicus going over aggressive. Doesn't play Nemesis, though. Rotating around the back. Fiddy's here. Aurora's low. He should have belly flop, though, so he should be able to get away from this one. But Samshu could be the one in trouble. But the belly flop connected with Fiddy, and that actually saved both their lives.
It did. I mean, that was really close.
That was really good skill to actually belly flop onto Fiddy. Save the day.
Right there, I mean, there was also a lot of patience from Samshu. He didn't knee-jerk reaction into the Rising Jaguar. He waited and waited and waited to ensure that even if he got slowed when he landed, he still would have gotten out. Aurora played that perfectly. It's still a 1-to-1 right here, but it looks like the potential and advantage is given here to the red team.
Yeah, I mean, Late Bloomers have a chance from this. I mean, there was a crazy start from the beginning. DJ Pernicus started his red buff up for an early damage aggression onto the duo lane, but it didn't pay off. And with doing so, he's allowed late bloomers to have a good chance in this game. Fabi just needs to keep continuing to help to King Taco push this wave in, because there's not a lot of wave clear coming out of Jabalonke and Bacchus.
So it looks like Fiddy on the top side does get that red buff. He does not give it away and did not split the experience. I think he has to be a little bit more careful. Bumba's mask and the utilization of the item is one of the biggest differences between a top level team and a bottom level team.
Making sure you get as much experience as possible. Cyclone Spin actually missed his hog on the minions then overall, and Osmos actually hogs them back to show him how it's done this time round. And they're going to go continue to farm up in that lane. Left-hand side, though, aggression once again, looking for more work onto Samshrew. And King Taco and Fabi doing a good job of pushing this one in for the time being.
I'm looking at Fiddy right here. He's level 4. He's falling a little bit behind. He does have, of course, that early death, 2,500 gold. Still puts him ahead of Cyclone Spin, who, strangely enough, has put himself in the solo lane with Odin, something we normally don't see all too much. And he is going up against Vamana, a character that actually does super well.
Samshrew's in trouble, going to get banished after getting hit with a lot of damage, but Intoxicate comes out from a roar, and the auto attacks, remember, he does more damage with them. The meat stick of doom secures a kill. King Taco was down, and he's looking for more.
Samshrew just completely went way too far, but he will be able to pick this up. Aurora once again showing his prowess. I mean, I know this guy's playing to be in the SPL at this point. He's trying his heart out. He's making sure that he stays hungry. But this guy, to me, he is the potential of a top 2 team. He is a player that I would like to see on a Dignitas or a Cognitive. Not to say he has outgrown his team, because the potential in teamwork and chemistry is there. But with the amount of roster changes that keep going on, this guy has so much potential, and Chunks need to do everything they can do to keep this superstar on the roster.
Well, as that happened, we did see Fat Chunks actually pick up both those mid camps as well. Now DJ Pernicus looking for more aggression in the enemy jungle. There's nothing available for him. Going to rotate to mid lane and soak up some experience there for now. 3-2 on the scoreboards in favor of Fat Chunks. Gold lead just over 1,000 right now. Experience almost 2k. And things are starting to once again start to sway in favor of Fat Chunks.
I have no idea why Osmos has opted into boots here and not into defense. I mean, something like Smithy's Hammer or even Shifter's Shield. I mean, you're going up against an Odin. In the jungle, you know, rotating around, you're looking at a Nemesis. Being able to pick up extra protections to make yourself stronger through your passive, I mean, that would be a huge play here, but he's actually going for more movement speed, which is definitely curious to me.
I mean, as it stands right now, Bacchus roaming around looking for an opportunity, just going to ward
Osiris.
up.
Sorry about that.
No problem. It's fine. And now we're just going to sit around and wait for the next objective. Well, at the moment, Gold Fury is available. It's only 4.5 minutes in, though. And have a little look at Cyclone Spin. He's still working. It looks like he's going for a Mystical Mail first item there, DM. More than likely. I guess that's what I'd go for if I was going for the solo lane Odin.
Mystical Mail? That or... there's a small possibility he also might just rush into the Mid-Guardian. A little bit cheaper, slows attack speed and movement speed, which can be very, very helpful.
Left-hand side aggression once again, but the taunt saves the day from Fabi. King Taco backs away, and DJ Pernicus a little bit late to that party. Nemesis hovering mid, though, looking for an opportunity, but she's sat in a wood. Gets a card to the face and says, "Not today," says Hurrywind. I'm just going to go back to tower.
I think that was smart. I mean, just get out of there as fast as possible. He gets the slow off. He takes a little bit of damage, but he heals it right back up immediately, probably even through HP 5. Now, left side, we're seeing a pretty fair grouping come out here as the awkward buffs or the off buffs start to respawn. You're going to see that red buff coming up in a few seconds. Bottom side, red and blue are both coming up very soon.
Lord of the Afterlife was used by DJ Pernicus on the left-hand side. They're knocking Fabi very, very low. He's actually going to have to recall. Fiddy's going in, though. He's going to look for aggression, and he's running past everybody right now. Ultimate being channeled from Athena, but that burnt bought some time, so the damage didn't go up. But Sanchu's the focus. Pernicus secures Fabi, and now Fiddy's overextended. His Kintako can only go to the skies and do a little bit of damage with that Valkyrie, and now the rotation comes from the mid.
Oh, King Taco with a nice banish, but Aurora completely unfazed. Will walk away. Pernicus takes some damage from Fiddy, who actually runs out of mana as he casts his final slice and dice. Really not a lot of potential of control as the mid camps start to, I guess, we're almost at the respawn. Right side's about to come up. Mid lane's about to get pushed. DJ Pernicus is going to get some free experience here.
Yeah, DJ Pernicus level 9 right now. Highest level in the game, other than Osmos on that Vamana, who still continues to farm as much as possible in that solo lane. But Pernicus is just picking up experience everywhere right now, DM.
And that's smart. I mean, it's Osiris. I mean, there's a reason this character has not been allowed in competitive play for literally months.
Ever. Since release. Like, he was released and was allowed to be played and then was perma-banned. That's generally what's happened with him.
Did he just take both of those? Oh my god, I think he got them.
It looks like he did, actually.
That was
The
a
chance
hand
he
of the
did.
gods right there, used by Osmos, and then a quick Spirit Flail came out from Pernicus, and I think he stole both.
I know he rotates. Yeah, he did, because he's actually just hit level 10 off that as well. So definitely because he got the
Wow.
blue. So steals that one away. Going to take the red buff down, give that one over to Horrywind on that Jean Kui. And once again, a raw roaming around the map, free as a bird. A drunken, candy-caned Santa Claus bird, but still happy to just roam around, look for an opportunity to pick someone off.
He actually hears the red buff get picked up once again. And again, I'm surprised that Fiddy has opted to pick this buff up. I mean, he has 30 damage, you know, which means he's probably going to get the base minimum that it would give you in the 20%. That's 12. And I just don't see why he keeps taking that away from someone like Alquang. And I'm looking at CV here. He has started his Soul Reliquary here instead of rushing it, which means that boots are done. He'll have a little bit more movement speed than normal, but he's still not stacking up that Book of Thoth.
Yeah, did he actually start with the Soul Reliquary to begin with? I believe he did. In which case, like, the delay on trying to rush that Book of Thoth has not paid off for him since the start of the game overall. He is 1-0 in lane, though, but his counterpart in that lane is pretty much even in terms of gold, and has built his build a little bit differently, working on that uncommon sash, so should have that Warlock sash is next to be worked on, but Fiddy's caught out.
Oh, just barely gets out of that Spirit Flow. This could... Osiris is just...
Osiris, there's a big ultimate from Alquang, though, but can he make any dividends pay? That's the question. Fabi's in trouble, as he's going to get chunked down as well. And he's going to drop down. King Taco goes to the sky, pokes a bit of damage down, but needs to watch himself, because now he could get caught out himself. Attention turns once again, back to King Taco.
Actually not in a great spot, but he turns it around, Intoxicate in the blow-up. Guys, do not let Osiris into games. 3 kills for 0. Osmos on the wrong side of the map. No ultimate available for Alquang, which means he's basically looking for a Squall kill at this point. Now, it looks like Athena is going to channel her ultimate.
Be careful.
Really, I think they're going to have to reset this, but still,
what happened
damage
then
was done there.
Everyone remembered what DJ Pernicus did at the Gold Fury, and they were like, I'm not going to make that mistake. And then DJ got aggro and went, no, not again, guys. I died last time this happened. We will not repeat that once more, especially on Osiris. But to note, don't let Osiris into games like DM says. After Tuesday, though, let him in as much as you want. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Well, at this point, he really wouldn't be affected too much. Shin size has not been picked up just yet. He will be able to pick it up when he goes back. In fact, with a little bit more gold, he'll be able to pick it up either way. But he would have had a small decrease in his attack speed overall. At this point, it wouldn't have been very noticeable. He'd still be controlling.
They'll be controlling like he is doing right now. But a little bit to be dealt with. Left-hand side, Makeup's going to spawn, as are the right one. Jean Queen position for the right. Going to meet 3 players, though. Is Horrywind feeling up to the challenge? He throws out a card and says, nope, not this time round. I'll let you have them for now. But the collapse from Fat Chunks is happening.
They have a chance here. Can Cyclone spin? Yes, he's going to find the ultimate onto Fiddy, who is just going to get blown up here. He has no escape.
No escape at all, and all Osmos can do is watch from the backside, and now he's low on mana. He's in a bit of trouble himself because he used his mobility to get in there close enough. Gonna back out. But overall, that worked out well. Left-hand side, though, the dive coming in from from Sanshu, looking for King Taco, but King Taco returns the favor. Now Sanshu could go down.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, he's close.
Misses too many attacks. He choked that one out completely. He didn't turn fast enough. He had an opportunity to get the two hits off before King Taco would have gotten one. He actually missed an auto attack, and then King Taco just juked right into the creeps, ensuring he could stay alive. A big pickup, especially considering that Samshrew, they can't afford for Shibalanka to get any more kills.
No, they can't. I mean, one thing to note is 2.7k gold lead for Fat Chunks. Experience lead is 4,000, but this is Late Bloomer's best chance in the games we've seen him today to stay in contention in this game. It's not over just yet, DM. Late Bloomers have to win. We keep saying this. They have to win to still have a chance to go into the Pro League. And to do that, they have to beat Fat Chunks here, and they are the #1 seeded team right now. Left-hand side, though, Aurora gets caught out by King Taco. King Taco could be the hero Late Bloomers need if he can find this kill.
I don't think he can. I mean, Aurora smartly just dipped and dived inside of those creeps to ensure the body blocks were good, and then he jumps out pretty much for free. He'll be forced to go back to the base here, but, I mean, looking at him, he has 720 gold in hand right now. That's going to mean he can either pick up some more awards, it could be going into Steel Mail. Yeah, it's going to be Steel Mail and award, actually, so not a bad back for him.
Well, the chin sides are online for DJ Pernicus on that Osiris now. Horrywind has... Rip chins. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, the dream is gone for chin size. Rip Carly. That's the best thing.
Oh,
Rip Carly.
Can you just...
I'm sorry, it has to be pro once or twice. Like, Rip Carly. She's a bad character and had a crutch in chins, you know?
She did.
says it all. And the crutch is gone now with the latest patch, but Horrywin working towards that Warlock Slash still, so we'll be building that soon. Hopefully he'll be able to get that online, start getting those stacks up with that, making very, very tanky on the front line. Rest of his team also looking very tanky as well, DM.
Look at this. DJ
Oh
is
my
just
God.
chasing out two people. CV gonna get stunned there. He's knocked up. Does he get the ultimate? Yes, he does, but it doesn't do any damage. Fiddy, very low. King Taco, no escape. Actually just barely gets the banish off as the Roar continues to push. He actually does manage to get the creeping curse here. Lord of the Afterlife. Here comes the burp. Here comes the belly. He doesn't even need the belly flop. Goes right for the intoxicate. Fiddy super low. Finally, Nemesis gets in there, but too little, too late. Hurrywin escapes as Osmos grows big. But, I mean, the damage has been done 4 for 0.
4 for 0, and now they're going to be able to rotate for the Goal Fury. They're all healthy enough to do this. Cyclone Spin can tank this one up for them. Horrywin is just going to transition to mid and continue to farm that one out. He knows right mid camp's due up soon as well, so can even try and take those. I think he did. I wasn't going to notice that, but yeah, he kind of did. But they're going to try and engage. Fabi's looking for a steal, gets a good taunt off, but they've got no ultimates to try and follow up for this. This could not pay off for them at all. Fabi goes down again, tries to make a steal happen, and ends up paying with his life.
In the ranked game, that's usually where we see the surrender vote come out. That right there is when you try to make the play, you die anyway when you're already a couple thousand behind. That's usually when these salty surrenders come out. So shout outs to Bloom for not giving up just yet. They know their lives hang in the balance here as they're trying to get to the SPL. They need to win this game, and honestly, 5,200 is daunting. I mean, that's a very serious amount of gold 13 minutes into the game, but it is not unwinnable.
It's not, yeah, it is daunting, but it's like you said, it's really still got a chance. We've seen worst positions to be in and comebacks. One that springs to mind was Cloud9 versus TSM, who were over like 12k behind at one point and still pulled it back for the victory. It's never over until the Titan falls.
I always go back to sniping Cog from the launch tournament.
Oh yeah, two Phoenixes down, 3 Phoenixes down.
3 Phoenixes down, the Titan at 10% health, and somehow with 3 Phoenixes up, they still managed to win. It was insane.
13-3 right now, though. Chunk Cyclone Spin going very aggressive on this Vermana now with that Mystical Male online for himself. He's doing nice, decent damage overall and just continuing to poke free magical damage out onto him.
One of the best parts about Mystical Male early is that you don't have to expend what it could be very important usage of mana, especially on a character like Odin who's so mana heavy, to clear waves efficiently. But he's going to jump in, Lunge going to do a decent amount of damage, and now he's just going to auto attack down. He's not taking too much damage, still has some HP 5 to him, and he'll be able to push into the jungle and maybe go for some steals.
Go for some steals where you see him rotating speed. Just got dropped by Fiddy, and now he's going to meet him in the jungle. Cyclone needs to be a little bit careful here because Fiddy will reduce those protections, but the Athena ult comes out and actually not be used there. Now that one's on cooldown. It looks like DJ Pernicus wants to fight 3v2.
I would absolutely go for it. Fiddy's going to jump out here. I'd say they just lock the baby in. Yeah, just take the baby down.
Hi, baby. You're locked in a cage, and what you're going to do, that ain't some sort of playground you want to be in right now. Osmos drops down 14-3. Meanwhile, mid lane, the engagement going on as Quan gets caught out. CV drops to the rotation of Samshrew, and now Fiddy's getting chased down too.
Another 2 kills added to the scoreboard for the Chunks, 15-3, 5,800 gold as they turn their sights at the 15-minute mark to Fire Giant. And you know what? This is great because this is why you pick Odin. You pick Odin for the shout. Plain and simple.
Yep. Attack speed shout. Going to increase it. Pernicus going to zone out King Taco. Force the ultimate out. Fabi going to turn up. This could be a good time. Can he make the play happen? The taunt's good, but the Fire Giant's not low enough, and Fat Chunks do the Fire Giant just in time. King Taco takes out a Roar, but Pernicus finds Fiddy and cleans up house with a double kill. Fire Giant, 4 members.
Before, when they went for the Gold Fury, it was ill-conceived, wasn't a good usage of abilities or ultimates or even their HP bars, and they lost. But right there, losing 4 people in an attempt to go for the Fire Giant was necessary. 15-minute Fire Giant's a death sentence. And for them to try to make that play, and he almost got it, it was very close, it would have kept them in the game. At this point, if the Chunks use this effectively, this could actually be the last 4 minutes.
Well, tier 1 tower in the middle lane, got to drop down with the minions' help as well. They can look to pressure this one on a little bit further if they choose to, but the respawn from late bloomer is going to stop that for now. Gold Fury down for a while. Mid comes to the right of respawn. DJ Pernicus is going to go there. Samshu going to return back to the left-hand lane, pick up the farm that's pushed in for him over there. And now he starts to look tough for late bloomers again.
Also, in that whole mix. We saw Samshrew finally get his 6th kill, meaning his pass. I shouldn't even say finally, it's only 16 minutes in, but his passive is completely stacked at this point. Dev Gloves are online. Warrior Tabby is online. He has a great amount of movement. He has a great amount of damage, and he probably will be uncontested, especially with the Fire Giant buff. I mean, you look at his damage right now. He has 185 physical power at
left-hand
17
side.
minutes. That's disgusting.
Disgusting indeed, and talk about disgusting, because here's a big engagement as Fabi gets caught out, tries to put some damage down, but there's a big belly flop from Aurora, intoxicates, secures it, and the burp to finish him off. You don't want stanky breath after having to get drunk when you didn't want to, and now the tier 1 tower is going to go down as well. They're going to be able to push down onto tier 2 because there's only 3 members left standing of Late Bloomers to defend it.
I mean, and they're low level, 13, 14, 13. I mean, oh, look at Cyclone jumping right in. Expect Aurora to get in as well. Ultimate coming out. Spirit's Tempest not doing enough. CV goes down. Osmos goes down. There's the Deicide. And what will be a free tier 2 is Cyclone rotates right back in with that Mystical Mail, just taking absolutely no damage.
And now they can all take it in turns to tank up this tower if they so wish. The tier 2 tower drops. The minions have now started filtering in. The Phoenix is next on the list. Only Freya and Athena stand between them and certain victory at this point, to be honest. If DJ Pinnacus so chooses, he's actually going to zone them out, and look at what he can just do with that tether. Reduce the damage he takes. Take the Phoenix down. But Fatchunk's going to play it safe and just rotate straight to mid.
Yeah, I like this. Take the tier 2. You don't need the Phoenixes at 18 minutes into the game. They can just take this opportunity to just stack up their money, ensure they have enough control over the map as possible. And what's great is Aurora and Cyclone are both so tanky that they don't really have to worry even at being low health. Granted, they don't have a lot of healing at this point. They don't have that opportunity to really, put a raw heal down or maybe have a hell burst them back up, but they can still have enough sustainability to force a split here. Right side, it looks like they're going to go right for a tier 1 as DJ Pernicus moves in. And then left side, they're taking the Gold Fury.
They're going to go for you at the same time, and only Osmosis here to try and defend this tier 1. He's not going to get here in time, and he doesn't feel confident taking on an Osiris that's actually tanking the tower up, and a Jonquil alongside him.
So an easy 2,000 gold added right there, on top of the 1,500 they gained in the middle lane, on top of the 2,250 they gained in the left lane, on top of all the kills. 15,000 gold at 19 minutes. I think that might have been the nail in the coffin.
I think the Phoenix was the nail in the coffin, all in all. I mean, with those towers going down, they were guaranteed after the Phoenix went down as well. Right now, I mean, you've got to look to the hope that realistically lies with Ao Kwang, of all things, because he's the only wave clear on the team they've really got that's going to be able to wave clear really quickly. He's got to drop his tornadoes well and play very far back and hope that his Spirit Tempest does well. But Cyclone Spin doesn't care. He's like, come here, Noodle. It's tasty treat time for me. He's going to sit in a tornado and just chop him down. And he's gone. Fiddy's going to rotate in, trying to pick up the remnants of Cyclone Spin. But Samshrew's there as well.
Oh, there's no way he'll escape. Yeah, Fiddy's going to blow him up. But you know you're in a bad spot when you're forced to use 2 ultimates on an Odin and you still lose somebody.
And Fiddy goes down as well. Samshrew might pay with his life. As the big baby comes out, he's going to turn his attention to the front line. But he's not going to get too much damage off as DJ Pernicus chases down Fabi and picks him up. And King Taco's going to run back to basic because Aurora's not done. He wants to keep going.
Yeah, he's in there. Intoxicate will hit both. DJ Pernicus with the healing reduction. Triple kill for DJ. Deicide for the team. And I think that's just going to have to be it.
Why do you not ban Osiris? Why do you ban Osiris? Prime case in point right here, DM.
Oh,
DJ
wait,
Pernicus.
CV's back up. Might have an opportunity to keep this one alive. Titan actually
long?
switches to DJ, who's going to be forced out. They actually don't get a lot of damage onto the Titan. They're going to switch their sights here. It looks like they're just going to burn down the mid lane, see if they can get some creeps in. But with the low levels actually playing kind of a benefit here for the guys in Late Bloomers, the respawns are good, and they actually don't gain anything off that team fight.
Well, Fiddy's still chasing. Is he going to be able to catch them onto this Hurrywind, who's running down mid lane as fast as his little legs can take him? Going to stun out. Gets hit by a Squall, though, and it looks like Hurrywind may pay the price here overall. He does. Good taunt, though, coming out from Fabi as well. Now Pernicus finds himself in a bit of trouble, popping the sprint and the tether. He turns it around. 3v1, takes down one, still chunking, doesn't dodge the Spirit Tempest, but Samshrew should be able to claim up from this.
He actually kills him with the branching bolus here as Fabi's going to have to turn tail and run away. Preemptive strike used absolutely defensively, and there's still 3 people available here to fight for the Fire Giant, whereas on the left side, we see the baby having to sit and babysit the lane, which is a little bit inappropriate.
you know, for half a second then, I thought DJ Pernicus was going to 3v1 them all.
That's
I just saw it and I was like, this could happen.
Well, here comes
But here
King
comes the
Taco.
play.
Yeah, here comes King Taco. They
Oh, the
actually
ring.
blocked him out.
The
King Taco's
ring.
going to try to jump in. He has to be careful about where he's throwing those shots. He doesn't want to
You've got a
contribute.
chance.
Oh, it's going to
It's
be
close.
close.
Bloomers get the fire giant. Taco goes down, takes out Cyclone Spin, and now a Raw. Got to run away. Intoxicate does not connect with anyone. Late Bloomers stand.
Oh, Fiddy was about a 1/10 of a second from spawning, didn't actually gain the buff, but it is on 3 of the 5 as the Phoenix respawns. This could be the makes of a comeback. They have to be very, very careful. They should use this Fire Giant defensively. They should use this to clear their own jungle, get the waves pushed, make sure they defend their Phoenixes in that tier 2 on the right side, not lose anything, and don't overcommit to fights. If they think this Fire Giant's going to put them back in the lead, they're going to be sorely mistaken.
Well, left-hand side, there is one more wave of fire minions, I believe, coming up down the lane right now. They need to be taken out really quickly, and they could try and get some towers back right now, DM, because I think they need the gold as well as the experience by taking down some of these outer towers. If they get the opportunity to, but I don't think they engage. If they engage in a fight, I still think they'll lose.
So we're going to see CV and King Taco both going back to the base here. The fire minions have subsided. Left side, Gold Fury still not going to be up for a little over a minute as we see kind of aggression going in.
Fiddy.
Foolishly dives into 2 people, and I think this actually might play poorly. DJ Pernick is looking for an opportunity to get back in. Spirit Tempest has been used and whiffed as they turn their sights back to DJ. Osmos needs this kill.
Oh, the whoop I don't think helped out because Osmos was trying to chunk him down. The whoop did not pay off. Taco secures him but goes down himself for it. And now Osmos without the big baby. Fabi trying to chase out Hurrywind. But Fat Chunk's in a great position because now reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah, Fiddy's going to be forced out here. He's actually stuck near 2 people. He's going to be forced to ultimate. He'll just barely get out of that one. But they lose a 2-for-1 there, which is not good considering they're still on the defensive.
Fire Giant is down though. They can try and backdoor this right tower if they choose to. Bit dangerous to do, but with all the members of Late Bloomers having to go back to base after that engagement, Aurora is going to be tanky enough to do so with Sovereignty, and he went Soul Reaver second item.
That is not something you want to see.
Nope.
I mean,
nope.
when you're on the defensive and you're having trouble killing a Bacchus who has been a key instrument in just absolute disruption. I mean, he has the most, I think, overall kill potential in the game right now, as he's at 27 kills total. Sam Shruzak's 26, and then he picks up a Soul Reaver, which is just going to smack someone who could be very vital to your push so quickly. I mean, that's going to be really hard to deal with.
Well, Fat Chunk's lost the Fire Giant, but they're going to get a Gold Fury. So once again, their lead should climb once again. 14,500 gold in favor. 18,000 experience ahead right now. 32 to 10. All Phoenix is back alive, though, and back to full health, DM, for Late Bloomers. And I expect the next Fire Giant will be it. It will be the one that decides the fate of Late Bloomers.
You know, Fabi did not have a first game that was very strong today. I mean, he played Geb, kind of got pushed out early. Same thing's happening here. You're seeing he's significantly bottom farm, 400 behind anyone on his team, and 3,000 behind Cyclone Spin, who's the bottom farm on the chunks.
I mean, one thing to know about Fabio, though, in this game, he has tried to make plays to get his team back into it. The Cold Fury didn't pay off. The first Fire Giant didn't pay off, but the second one did. And he allowed to buy himself some time for his team. But right now, what he needs is more time to be available to him, because Fat Chunk's looking to push down left-hand side. Fire Giant's going to be down for a little while longer. And now it looks like they're looking for this Phoenix again.
Fabi actually still has the Fire Giant buff, but really, I mean, the damage doesn't really help him in any way. Really, it's only helping him in a small, and I mean very small, amount of sustainability in team fight. Now, with that Hurricane used right there, those tornadoes are going to be... Yeah, they should just be rushing this down at this point. They're super tanky. Once those tornadoes were on cooldown, they had no defense.
But they've pushed in middle, and they're going to rotate left. Aurora's going to tank this one up. Nice tanky Bacchus there. Going to need a whirlwind, though, and those minions going to drop down. Phoenix drops nice and quick, though. Obviously, with Samshu on that Jabalonke that's got all these stacks, and that item build is looking deadly right now. We're going to rotate to mid, and Late Bloomers have to fight here, DM.
Yeah, I mean, if they let this Phoenix go down, it's just going to be too much for them to deal with. Aurora dodge
Here we
right
go.
in. Heavenly Agility has been used. Fabby taking a lot of damage, but Aurora gets turned on. It's likely he's going to die very quickly. They're going to trade him out immediately for CV. Fabby super low, but Herwin goes down another 1-for-1 trade. Pernick is super low, has to go back through the Phoenix, but for some reason, the
Bloomer's
Phoenix
gonna hold.
is not paying attention. I think
Bloomer's
they're
gonna hold.
this.
They actually get more out of this because Fire Giant's spawning
Fire
soon
Giant.
as well. And now you're going to see Pernicus go down as well. Taco trading with Sam Shrew. Shrew's getting very low though. Going to buy the Aegis time, but it's only going to allow us most to rotate in as well. Deicide for late bloomers. And the Fire Giant is up in a matter of seconds.
King Taco, though, he has to heal. I mean, if he goes down there, this could be trouble. There are no respawns up for another 10 seconds, and then Aurora on a very slow Bacchus is going to be put in a precarious position. They're not going for it. This is a huge throw right here.
Well, they are, but Taco's very low. Like, Taco can't tank.
All right, well, no,
Taco's starting.
Athena's there. Athena's there.
Okay.
She has the ultimate. Aurora has just spawned. I don't think he's getting there in time. This is a free Fire Giant.
It is a free Fire Giant. Aurora's not going to get there at all in any sort of time, but the damage
just-
is kind of low because
I
Taco
just
has to keep
pinged left
juking in and
side.
out.
I just attempted to ping the left side spectator map. I'm like, why is he not just killing these creeps? What is he doing?
Get over there and kill him. Well, Fire Giant is slowly dropping down. Aurora's not going to get there in time. He's going to drop down before Aurora even makes it. He's just going to see the remnants of it going. But is Aurora trying to go aggressive here?
I mean, if he pops, he has that. No, he does not have the Heavenly. That was on Herwin. He can
He's still
actually
going,
find a
though.
kill there. I mean, if he gets the belly flop on Fiddy with that Soul Reaver
Yeah.
and then hits him with the Intoxicate, with that build, there's a chance, but it looks
The
like he's
team
gonna
just
back
ran. The team just ran from a Bacchus. How scary is that?
a team with Fire Giant just
With
ran
Fire
back.
Giant! Just ran. And look at Fiddy's health. He gets dropped down, and there's a lot of damage on Fiddy. I don't think he's got enough to kill him, though, so he's going to save the Intoxicate. Soul Reaver procced on the Belch over there, DM, so it's not going to continue on with that. But what he's doing is actually securing the speed buff by zoning them all away from it for his team against a Fire Giant up late bloomers.
I can't believe he's even bothering with this at this point. But hey, anything that's going to waste the time of the late bloomers right now is huge.
That's exactly what, Fat Chunks want to happen is late bloomers don't use this Fire Giant to their advantage right now. They need to defend left-hand lane consistently, but they really need to get some global gold back from this. And with the position of the lanes right now, if they overextend, they could end up in a fight they don't want to take.
I'm just I'm kind of nervous for them. I mean, they still have to babysit this Phoenix. They're still 12,000 gold behind, but their damage is starting to pan out. I like the build from Osmos here, but he needs to get that Witchblade online like ASAP. He's still about 530 gold away, whereas DJ Pernicus is already finished.
Yeah, that is a big influence. I mean, the good thing is experience is starting to become less and less of an issue. So people start to hit trade. They're going aggressive on a Raw, though. I don't think that's a good call. The belly flop's going to connect. If he gets a good Intoxicate off Cyclone Spin, could have got some damage. But Samshu gets caught in middle. Has to use the Aegis. They're going to sacrifice Samshu here. No, they're not. He's going to be able to get away with the immunity. Lucky Xbalanque.
Very rarely does Aegis wind up being so beneficial for a player these days. I mean, usually Aegis these days is, I need my team to follow up when these 2 seconds go down, or otherwise I'm gonna get blown up as soon as it's over. But he actually managed to escape from that one.
100 gold, each going to late bloomers after that tier 1 tower dropping, so trying to close the gold cap, starting to take a bit of experience away. Looks like a big rotation to the right-hand side for this other tier 1 tower.
Why did King Taco just leave there? What, I mean...
Phoenix and Fire Giant.
Oh, you are absolutely right. What a great call.
He has to go back. But this is a call from Fat Chunks.
On the right side.
Yeah.
This is really smart. Aurora doesn't quite get the Heavenly
Good
Agility. They get a good taunt, but it looks like Osmos is going to get turned on here.
Osmos is going to be the sacrificial lamb in this party, but can he get away with the big baby from the tornado? Going to buy a bit of time, and there's a big Spirit Tempest going to zone him back again, but Osmos trying to get away, trying to regen. His ult is off, and is he going to drop down? He's trying to sprint away. Lord of the Afterlife, and Pernicus says, no, not today, sunshine. 4 members still have Fire Giant, though, DM, and the Phoenix stands.
That's right. I mean, they lost Osmos, but the general burst of his kit was used with Colossal Fury, so they still have an opportunity. I'm looking at CV. This is hot on the back of CV. They must use those tornadoes properly. Yep. They must continue pressure, because at this point, Chunks could just dive this tower and take it. I mean, it's super debuffed. It's already half health. This thing's dead.
It is dead. Cyclone Spin, Blink Sync, gets the ring off. Taco takes to the sky to top damage, but CV can't do that. He's trapped in a circle with DJ Pernicus, of all things. You don't want to be there. And now Aurora, though, might pay the price. Intoxicate going to buy some time. Is this going to be the re-engage that ends the game?
They need to find Fiddy here, and it looks like they will. The second Phoenix will fall. They have no defense here. King Taco and Fiddy's ultimates are both on cooldown, and they are free to just take this up. Herwind is barely even taking damage at this point.
So tanky as a whole team here. They're taking to Herwind's getting very low though. He's going to drop down too much time on that one. They're spending too much time messing around. Osmosis back online. They do get the Phoenix, but can Osmos clean up from this one? I'm not sure. Fiddy's going to go back to base. He's doing chunks, but DJ Pernicus with that tether is making sure he doesn't do that much damage. Fiddy back on again. Is he going to bring them down and make them pay? Jumps away, does Cyclone spin. Late Bloomers hold again for now, but the damage is done.
Oh, yeah, that second Phoenix, I mean, even if they wind up holding long enough to keep this thing, to get it back up, it's still going to be debuffed. And we have seen that the Chunks are willing to dive and just get the job done. Now, at this point, we're looking at Samshu, who is starting to kind of get picked off in fights a little bit more than usual, but he is still 10-3 and 22, which is an incredible amount of assists, shows an incredible amount of potential and damage as well. You're going to see his player damage right now at about 31,000.
That's one thing to know about the Hall of Fat Chunks' team composition. If you look at the KDA right now, the kills and assists alone, they've all been involved in the fights the majority of the time. It's been all about team fights. It's all been all about them assisting each other and working together. So that's why they're looking really good. If you look at the other side from Late Bloomers though, DM, their 17 kills, there's not as much consistency with them all grouping up and getting assists in there.
Aurora on the right side is going to go push. We're going to see the speed buff started. I don't think there's going to be any contention there from Pernicus. But the Fire Giant's getting close to respawn here. I mean, it's time to fight.
Time to fight indeed, and CV is the one that's getting 4, and he's dropped to half health, throws out the Spirit Tempest. That's going to be on cooldown for this Fire Giant engagement. And Fat Chunks are just looking to pick someone. Fiddy going aggressive, blinking from Cyclone Spin, but immediately disengaged from Fiddy. That was good. He's forced to blink off of Cyclone Spin. No instant Ring of Spears for now, but the Spears are still up, and he can still put them down when they start the Fire Giant.
This is trouble. I mean, really, King Taco's here, CV's here, but without that Athena being ready to push in, I mean, you can see her in an awkward spot.
CV.
TJ Pernicus has just put himself in a great position. He puts himself on a rampage and takes down the Aokwang. I mean, I just don't see what they could do at this point to try to keep it back. King Taco's out of there. Fabi's been turned on. Fire Giant be damned. I think this is going to be the end.
That ring is disgusting because the ghosts are spawning from Jean-Kui as well, and the big baby's eating them all to the mouth, and now Fiddy's trying to run away, but he's going to get chased down, and they're just going to end. I expect they do. Pernicus wants the kill. Not going to find it, though, for now, but the fire minions might bring him down a little bit. Actually, you can use the shield, but there goes Cyclone Spin with the leap. Secures the Dia side. DM, I think we've got our second team.
Yeah,
looks like they're going to be going to the.
Yeah, this is it. The dream for the Bloomers, at least in this season, is done. They're going to have to fight their way through the Challenger Cup to find any chance of making it into that LAN in November. For now, it looks like it's going to go to the boys on the Chunks and the boys on 5 Angry Men. The rest of the day is pretty much can 5 Angry Men keep themselves in it? Can they find themselves an opportunity to get first seed?
Can they get that? That's the question on everyone's lips right now. So 5 Angry Men put a performance there. 3 mistakes towards the end there, let's be honest, DM. They kind of overdid it. I think they realized how far ahead they were, and they kind of overdid it. And if they do that, in other games, it could cause them a few issues.
Athena, only 3,200 damage. Again, Fabi not having the greatest of games, showing the weakness of the character if she falls behind, and a great amount of play from Aurora. Again, playing a character that we don't normally see too much, and to great premise.
So guys, we'll be right back with the next matchup. That was Fat Chunks versus Bloom. Next up is Bloom versus Torch. And it'll be an interesting one because both these teams, last time these two fought last week, it was really, really close, and one small mistake cost Torch the game that they had in the bag. We'll see, though, if this time round Torch can come out stronger than they did.